This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
Combs' attorney telling CNN that we are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Police presence swarming his high-end Beverly Hills neighborhood. Officers going room to room, carrying zip ties and serious firepower. In the driveway, law enforcement vehicles parking next to, we assume, Diddy's luxury cars.
Hip-hop icon Sean Diddy Combs is known by many names across the world, but his empire has now begun to crumble under the weight of the serious criminal charges leveled against him. Months after his luxury homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided by federal agents, Combs now faces charges of federal racketeering and sex trafficking. March 25th marked the beginning of a steep downfall for the current most influential figure in the music industry, as the accusations of abuse and sexual assault, spanning over 30 years, have come to a head. A grand jury indicted Combs on September 16th, following his arrest, and he remains in custody after being denied bail twice.
Attorney Tony Busby says he's been contacted by 3,285 people who say they are victims of Sean Combs. And after some vetting, Busby says he now represents 120 of those people who will file civil lawsuits against P. Diddy, and that number includes 60 men and 60 women, and also include 25 children.
P. Diddy is about to be slammed with more than 100 new civil lawsuits as a wave of accusers come forward with even more shocking allegations. And according to the attorney bringing the lawsuits, these hundreds of accusations include child sexual assault, in one case on a child as young as 9.
Since his arrest, thousands of people, both from within and outside the industry, have stepped forward with their own testimonies, pulling back the curtains from a dark reality, which has been masked by his charm and influence for over 3 decades. Multiple individuals have claimed to be victims of his alleged predatory behavior, casting a dark shadow over his once untouchable legacy in hip-hop. So buckle in, and let's dive into some of the most jaw-dropping moments of Diddy doing some seriously questionable things on camera.
The surveillance footage that was captured inside of a Los Angeles hotel in 2016 allegedly shows Combs assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway.
In November 2023, Cassie Ventura had filed a lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of trapping her in a decade-long cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking. Earlier this year, CNN released this 2016 surveillance footage from the now-closed Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, LA. In the disturbing video, Diddy is seen chasing Cassie down the hallway before violently throwing her to the ground and punching and kicking her repeatedly. Although the lawsuit was swiftly settled the very next day, this incident technically opened the floodgates for Diddy's crimes. In the months following the lawsuit's settlement, more accusations and legal claims were brought up against Diddy.
Okay, now we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right, just
Plurals.
different blend. You need
Blends.
the ladies, you need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this, like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They
Right.
just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta
right.
keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
Yeah.
rock with me, but just
Right.
check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Depends. Oh, people start getting it gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you sexy.
Back in 2002, Diddy was all smiles on the famous talk show, Late Night with Conan O'Brien, where he was casually discussing the essentials for his party. And the rules were simple. Lots of alcohol of different kinds, no air conditioning, water exclusively for women, and a vibe he described as a little kinky. What's strange now is just how comfortable he was talking about it. like it was no big deal at all. Or maybe he was confident in the fact that society doesn't like to question its celebrities. As they say, hindsight is really 2020.
Your parties are the hottest ticket around.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down racial barriers, break it down generation barriers, people from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on.
In this clip from 1999, Diddy goes off on a full rant while talking about his infamous parties and talking about how they might be shut down and he'll be arrested. It's wild to think that he chalked it up to people's insecurities about something different, when it should have been called downright illegal. Was he unknowingly predicting the future here, or simply being cocky by telling on himself?
You send someone ahead to prepare the hotel room for you.
You know, it's called preparing the sexy.
Preparing the sexy?
Yeah.
What's preparing the sexy?
I mean, when I walk in, I definitely take pride in being the originator of the preparation of the sexy.
Yes.
Yes, and that's candles. I like candles. I like tuberose. That's a smell. I like that scent. I'm attracted to certain scents.
What kind of?
Tuberose.
Tuberose.
Yes.
Okay, as a scent you like.
Yes, it's a scent.
Okay.
Diddy returned to Conan's show again in 2004, talking about how he didn't like to check into hotels like us mortals. Instead, it would be Bentley, his assistant, who would go into the hotel room first and prepare the sexy, in Diddy's own words. Considering the information that has recently come to light about Diddy having 1,000 bottles of baby oil, even this funny bit seems to be quite shady. Oh well, if Bentley is still around, maybe he could go into the courtroom beforehand and throw in a scented candle or two for the jury?
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Ava Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
The most horrifying thing about these crimes is that they aren't isolated incidents. It's as if Diddy always knew he could get away with it. Just look at this 2020 Insta Live of Diddy introducing a young girl as Ava Baroni Combs, aka his adopted white child, whom he supposedly picked up from the streets. The girl looks wildly uncomfortable as he hugs and kisses her on the cheek, and this whole video has left a bitter taste in everyone's mouth after the allegations have surfaced. Even more concerning is the fact that Ava has now completely vanished from the public eye. Is it intentional or not? We may never know.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
If you thought that Diddy's predatory behavior was limited to regular old misogyny, then this video will definitely change your mind. This bizarre interview clip, including Diddy's casual revelation about spending 48 hours with a teenage Justin Bieber, raised more than a few eyebrows. The next statement left many wondering what, exactly, was going on behind the scenes, considering how quickly Justin's smile drops when he says that. I mean, sure, nothing says normal adult behavior, like telling a teenager not to talk about their time together. Totally not suspicious, right? Then stay tuned for the next one.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
The red flags are visible from a mile away in this clip from almost a year later. Diddy is clearly enjoying teasing Justin's boundaries, who looks extremely nervous to even be in the same frame as Combs, stuttering and shaking. His body language says it all.
You got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
This right here, Diddy shows a glimpse of his real authority and power-threatening Bieber on national television. In the first two clips, Diddy was relaxed and relishing in making Bieber uncomfortable by his presence, but you can him getting nervous as soon as Justin mentions the Lamborghini. Big Brother Puff basically shut him down with a scary display of anger, only for everyone to laugh it off like that was a cute joke.
I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get! Yes! What's next? What's next? I gotta get it. I'm not gonna stay fucking down. I'm not gonna stay fucking lying down. I'm not. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it.
At this point, it feels like we should have taken the man at his word earlier.
But it was like, I just felt I was embarrassed for like weeks.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh, yes, he's glittering.
It truly is about the Benjamin.
Well, now, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Puffy, and if you want to hang out, more than welcome to stick around, my brother.
If someone mentioned Mike Tyson and Diddy sharing a couch, we'd all be more concerned for Diddy. But more than 25 years later, this clip from the Keenan Ivory Wayans show has a completely different context regarding Tyson's evident discomfort. Sean inches his hand up Mike's leg, and he awkwardly holds it up before shifting himself as far as he possibly could. It seems Diddy has a knack for making those around him uneasy, and even Iron Mike wasn't immune to it. As more and more accusations pile on against Diddy, we can only assume that all these on-camera moments are much tamer than his real, unfiltered self. Well, if Diddy wanted to be unforgettable, the mission has been accomplished with a twist. The real question now is, how large is the iceberg which is still hidden under the surface?